I have a confession. The other day, I asked an AI to summarize a 2-page article for me. It wasn't because I was short on time. It was because the thought of actually reading it just felt hard. And that's when it hit me. This isn't about convenience anymore. Every time we hand a simple task to AI, we're not just saving time. We're actively letting a crucial mental skill get a little bit weaker. We're trading our ability to remember, to navigate, to problem solve, and to think critically for a tiny moment of ease. This isn't some far-off future problem. It's happening right now. There's a powerful psychological pull that makes us do this, and the science reveals a startling truth. We are outsourcing our own intelligence, and there's a very real cost. We are willingly letting AI delete our brain's abilities, one simple task at a time. Think about the last time you went somewhere new. Did you use your memory, maybe follow some street signs? Or did you just type the address into your phone and let a calm voice guide you, turn by turn? For most of us, it's the phone. We don't build mental maps of our cities anymore because we just don't have to. That skill is becoming obsolete. This isn't a moral failing or simple laziness. There's a name for this, and it's called cognitive offloading. Your brain is a ruthlessly efficient organ designed to conserve energy. When it figures out an external tool can do a job reliably, it stops wasting precious resources keeping that internal skill sharp. It's like a company downsizing a department that's just been outsourced. The work gets done, but the in-house capability is just gone. If you stop walking because you always take the car, your leg muscles atrophy. Your brain works the exact same way. For years, this was limited to specific tools. GPS offloaded navigation. Calculators offloaded mental math. But with modern AI, this is happening on a whole new level, creeping into every corner of our lives. It's the AI assistant suggesting the perfect reply to a friend's message, robbing you of that tiny moment of social connection. It's the AI that drafts your work emails, chipping away at your ability to communicate in your own voice. It's the AI that plans your meals, designs your workout, and even generates creative ideas, slowly taking over the very cognitive tasks that once defined our day-to-day lives. The most insidious part? It's invisible. It doesn't feel like a loss in the moment. It feels like a win. It feels like efficiency. You save 5 minutes by having AI draft that email. You avoided the mental chore of planning a trip. But those saved minutes and avoided chores add up. Cumulatively, they represent a massive transfer of cognitive labor from our brains to a machine. And we're only just beginning to understand what happens when those mental muscles, which we spent millennia developing, are told they're no longer needed. So, why are we so willing to let this happen? Why do we hand over the keys to our own minds so easily? The answer lies in a powerful and dangerous psychological quirk known as automation bias. Automation bias is our built-in tendency to trust the output of a machine over our own judgment, even when our gut tells us something is off. This isn't new. In high-stakes flight simulations, expert pilots have been shown to follow faulty automated commands right into a nosedive, ignoring their own instruments telling them the truth. They trusted the machine more than their own training and senses. Now, bring that into your daily life. You ask an AI a complex question. It spits back an answer that is instant, confident, and perfectly articulated. Our brain's natural instinct is to just accept it. It sounds correct, so we assume it is correct. We stop questioning. We stop verifying. We stop exercising the single most important intellectual muscle we have, skepticism. This is where today's AI gets genuinely terrifying. We're not just offloading answers. We're offloading the entire process of critical thinking. In the past, when you searched for information online, you had to sift through different sources, weigh competing views, and synthesize your own conclusion. It was messy, but that messiness was the workout. That was the exercise that built your critical thinking skills. That today's AI removes all that friction. It presents itself as a single, authoritative source, encouraging us to accept its answers without a fight. Studies are already showing that people are far more likely to accept flawed or biased information if it's delivered by an AI. We're training ourselves to be passive recipients of information rather than active participants in our own understanding. The convenience is amazing, but the cost is the slow erosion of our ability to think for ourselves, to question authority, and to tell the difference between truth and a sophisticated lie. Over a decade ago, the writer Nicholas Carr asked a haunting question: is Google making us stupid? He argued that the internet, with its constant distractions and hyperlinks, was conditioning our brains for shallow skimming, making it harder to engage in deep, focused thought. He feared we were losing our ability to contemplate. If the internet was the first wave, AI is the tsunami. It's the next and far more powerful evolution of this trend. AI doesn't just encourage skimming, it predigests everything for you. It summarizes the book so you don't have to read it, writes the essay so you don't have to think, and generates the idea so you don't have to struggle. Carr used a great metaphor. Reading a book was like scuba diving, immersing yourself in a deep, quiet world. Surfing the web was like jet skiing on the surface, fast and fun, but shallow. To extend that metaphor, AI just shows you a few curated photos of what's underwater. You see the result, but you miss the entire experience. You get the information, but you lose the understanding. This has huge consequences for creativity and innovation. Real breakthroughs rarely come from an easy flash of insight. They're born from struggle and friction, from wrestling with a tough problem and pushing through a mental block. AI is designed to eliminate that very friction. It smooths over the hard parts and fills the uncomfortable silences where real thinking happens. While AI can be a fantastic partner for brainstorming or getting over a small hurdle, an over-reliance on it risks creating thinkers who have never learned to build something original from the ground up. If we turn to a machine every time we feel stuck, we never develop the mental resilience that comes from navigating those challenges on our own. We risk a future where human creativity isn't about building something new, but just curating the best options a machine has generated for us. After all this doom and gloom, it would be easy to cast AI as the villain. But that's too simple. The tech itself isn't good or bad any more than fire is. You can cook a meal with it, or you can burn down a forest. The real question isn't how we stop AI, but how we use it without letting it use us. The key is to see it as a partner, not a replacement. Right now, many of us use AI as a replacement. We ask it to do the thinking for us. But there's a better way. Used thoughtfully, AI can be a tool that amplifies our own intelligence. It can be a tireless research assistant, a challenging sparring partner, or a way to handle boring, repetitive tasks to free up our minds for higher-level thinking. The difference is all in the prompt. A replacement-style prompt is, AI, write me a marketing plan. A partnership-style prompt is, AI, I'm launching a new business for this audience with this message. Here is my draft of a marketing strategy. Act as a world-class marketing critic and tell me the 3 biggest flaws in my plan. See the difference? In the first, you've offloaded your thinking. In the second, you've used AI to sharpen it. You are still in the driver's seat. You're doing the critical work and fostering intellectual independence, not dependency. This requires a new kind of digital literacy. We need to teach ourselves and the next generation how to engage with these tools critically. We need to foster a healthy skepticism of AI-generated content, and, most importantly, we need to intentionally carve out time for focused, deep, and unaided thought. Sometimes, that means choosing the harder path. It means reading the article instead of the summary. It means writing that first draft yourself. It means getting a little lost on your way to a new place, just to see if you can still find your way back. The convenience of AI presents us with a constant, seductive bargain. Trade a little bit of your cognitive ability for a little bit of ease. Seduced by cognitive offloading and our own automation bias, we're clicking "I agree" on this deal every single day without ever reading the terms and conditions. The result is a slow, invisible erosion of the very skills that make us human: our memory, our critical thinking, and our genuine creativity. But that's my take. I really want to know what you think. Have you felt this in your own life? Have you caught yourself outsourcing a thought you know you could have handled on your own? Let me know down in the comments. The future isn't about rejecting this incredible technology. It's about learning how to live with it. Because as these tools get smarter and more woven into our lives, the most important skill we'll ever have won't be knowing how to use AI, but knowing how to think for ourselves when we're constantly tempted not to.